What's up guys, today I'm just going to be doing some commentary over my games. So here in the first game against this guy. So here I just went for a hog first play. It's always a fine first play to make. And I was able to figure out that he was playing Goblin Drill, which is not a good matchup but not a bad one either. So he goes for a furnace in the back here, so I just defend with a cannon, which is probably one of the best plays you can make against furnace with this deck. Here I just set up with a mighty miner in the back, and then he goes for a poison, which is an okay play to make here. So here he sets up with a cannon, so I just pop the ability and call Hog Earthquake opposite lane. So I want to play opposite lane in this matchup anyways, but he does get the King Tower activation through the Electro Spirit. Here I've seen that I've outcycled his cannon, so I just defend this with skeletons and go for a Hog Rider. But he does get back to cannon since he played the furnace in the back there. And so I'm just waiting, and then I just set up another cannon to defend the furnace, which is what you want to do against furnace players with this deck. So I just go furnace in the back on the left side here, so he doesn't get too much Goblin Drill plus poison value, since I forced him to poison on the left hand side instead of with his Goblin Drill. So I went for a Hog Rider in the back here, since I had the Mighty Miner on board, so I could try to outcycle his cannon using the 3-card cycle. I also went for an Earthquake on the furnace and an Evo cannon as well, just to try damage it down as much as I can, so I can just kill it with a bar barrel and not have to deal with it anymore. And then I just go for another Hog Rider just to keep up the pressure. He goes for a Goblin Drill here, so I just get my Mighty Miner ready. I know he has Evo Snowball, so I have my bar barrel ready. And then that also takes out the Fire Spirit, which is good for me. And then I go for a cannon here just to take out the furnace, and it forces out a poison out of him, so I can just go for my furnace opposite lane. And also pop the ability, go hog opposite, so I want to play opposite lane in this matchup, and my hog does actually connect for 2 hits. And then he goes for another drill here, so I have my cannon up front to defend the drill. I also have my E-Spirit and skeletons since he poisoned as well. Now, since he didn't have poison in cycle, I just went for an Evo Furnace in the back here, since you can't really kill it without his poison. And then he also goes for his Evo Furnace in the back on the right, so I just pressure on the left again, going for a Hog and Earthquake on the cannon. He did a bad cannon there, so he also forced out a Snowball out of him, which is good. Here I just went for my Evo Cannon up top, just to damage down his Evo Furnace. And then I just set up with my furnace in the back on the left again. And then he goes for another drill here, and I know he has Evo Snowball in cycle, so I just pressure opposite lane just so he can't Evo Snowball with his drill. And I do outcycle his cannon since I had the 3-card cycle, so I just go for another hog here, which is good since it forced out the Evo Snowball, which now he can't use with his drill. Then I just set up with another furnace in the back on the left here, and he does go for a drill poison push, so I just put Mighty Miner down and bar barrel to defend the drill. And then I just go for Hoggy Q push here. At the same time he goes for a drill, so he can't fully commit with his drill, and we do end up getting another hog hit there. So it's looking really good for us right now. And we do outcycle his cannon, so here he just gives up and we take the win. So here in the next game, we're up against this guy. So he goes for a split wall breakers here, so I just go for a cannon to help me cycle to my Evo and defend the wall breakers. And he goes for a mortar as well, so I just earthquake it and then go for an E-spirit just before the cannon dies, so the mortar doesn't lock onto my tower. Then I just go for a hog here since he doesn't have mortar in cycles, and he does manage to defend with the Berserk and Spirit Empress, but we still do get one hit. And he goes for a miner in the back here, and the furnace did lock onto the miner, so I just defend the stuff at the front, which is more important than a bit of miner damage. And we do take out the whole push, taking just a bit of minor damage. Here, I just let the furnace go without going for a hog rider since I didn't have enough for earthquake, so we would just defend with a mortar anyways. And then I go for a hog rider here once I hit 10 elixir, and he does push it with the berserk opposite lane, so I can't earthquake, so I just distract the mortar with my troops. And then I just go for my furnace here to take out the berserker, and it does also target the miner as well, which is good. Then I just go for a bar barrel here and a hog rider since he did have a mortar. He's got it back now, but he did misplace it, so the other cannoneer tower is not targeting it. So that allowed me to get 2 hits on the tower, which is very nice. He does go for a fire spirit here, so I just defend with my E-spirit and then defend the wall breakers with my skeletons. And I just go for a bar barrel and a hog rider just to apply some pressure. I didn't have enough for mortar right away, so we had to play it a bit late. So I got a nice earthquake and an E-spirit just to block the mortar shot. And then here he decides to make a push with Spirit Empress and Berserker, so I just go for my Evo Furnace. And then Mighty Miner just to block with the Spirit Empress, and then the Evo Cannon just to damage everything there. He does play a ground Spirit Empress, which was not really a good play by him since it just gets taken out by the cannon. So I just went for a Hog Earthquake here, and he does again play a late mortar, so I just distract it with my skeletons and then bar barrel, and then just set up with a furnace here. He just goes Spirit Empress the back, so I just set up with a defense instead of going in to the Spirit Empress. He does pressure opposite lane with the miner plus wall breakers since I didn't have my cannon in cycle, so I did do a bad bar barrel there, but it was fine since that was my full HP tower, so it wasn't too much damage. I still had a good damage lead here. And here, since I have the Mighty Miner tanking, I just do go for a Hog Rider here, since I had the 3-card cycle active as well, and forced him to arrows on defense as well. So here I just set up another furnace on defense, and then skeletons just in case he went for the miner on my furnace. He didn't, but Spirit Empress does lock on, which does give him quite a bit of damage, but we still have a good damage lead here. So I just go for a cannon up high to defend the wall breakers and go for a Hoggy Q. And then I'm just cycling my cycle car just to get back to another Hog Rider, since he doesn't have a mortar in cycle. And then I do get another hog hit there, and he still has to defend the furnace, so I'm just up quite a lot of elixir. And then he does go in here, but I do have my Evo Cannon, which takes out everything, and then I just go for Mighty Miner just to block for the furnace to take out those Spirit Empresses. And then he's just spamming here because he knows that if he doesn't spam then he's gonna lose, and I do manage to defend and just go for a Hoggy Q and win the game here. So in the next game here, we're up against a Chef Tower, so I know it's either going to be Golem or Goblin Giant, and he just goes for mini P.E.K.K.A. minions at the bridge first play, which and vines as well, which is very bad by him. I don't know what he was thinking there, since he's down a lot of elixir now and he got 0 damage out of it. So I just go for a hog behind the Mighty Miner, and we do get quite a bit of damage since he's down a lot of elixir here. So here I just set up a cannon for defense, and that's how you want to defend furnaces usually with this deck. And I just go for an E-Spirit just to block the Fire Spirit, and then Skeleton just to take out the furnace here. I just go for a bar barrel on the right side tower, and then he does ignore it, so the bar barrel does end up getting 2 hits. And I just go for a Mighty Miner in the back to go take out the Goblin Machine. He does go for a Goblin Giant and minions at the bridge, so I just go for a cannon, then pop the ability to take out the minions, and then Furnace down low just to help take out the Goblin Giant and then the Goblin Machine. A Mighty Miner does come back to take out the rest. So I do have a nice counter push here, so I just go for another Hog Rider as well. And he does go for the Mini P.E.K.K.A to defend here. I do end up getting 2 hits since the Mini P.E.K.K.A retargeted onto the Mighty Miner there. And then I just go for a bar barrel just to take out this furnace here. Here I just go for an Electro Spirit in the back. Not at the bridge, since if you go for it at the bridge, they'll usually try to just activate their King Tower off it. And he does go for his Goblin Machine as well, so I just set up with a Furnace in the back and then start Earthquake cycling his tower as well. And then just set up with a Mighty Miner in the back. He does go minions in the back, so I'm just waiting on my Evo Cannon just to hit the minions. And they'll take out the Mighty Miner, will take out the Goblin Giant here. And he is setting up with another push, so I just get my Evo Furnace up in the back. And then go for another cannon here and a bar barrel just to take out the furnace. It doesn't take out the furnace completely, so I just cycle back to another bar barrel just to take out that furnace, and then we defend nicely here and we win the game as well. So in the next game here, we're up against this guy. So I just go for Hog first play here, and then he does defend with the Valkyrie plus Tombstone. So at this point I know it's going to be Lava Hound, since Lava Hound's the only type of deck that uses these 2 cards. And then I just defend the Valkyrie here with the bar barrel plus skeletons just to make sure I don't get any hits. And he does go for a balloon here, so I just place my cannon here and I go for my furnace just to make sure I don't take any balloon hits. And he does go for his baby dragon as well, so I just go for my Electro Spirit plus Hog Rider just to keep my furnace alive, and that takes out the baby dragon. And my Hog does get a hit as well. So I just go for my skeletons here just to take out the Mighty Miner. He just popped the ability, so I just go for my own Mighty Miner just to take out his Mighty Miner there. So he does defend with the Valkyrie here, so that's fine. And then I just go for a bar barrel just to try get some tower damage on the left hand side. Then I just go for my E-Spirit in the back here and go for a Hog Rider as well. He does mess up the Tombstone, so my Hog just goes straight for the tower. He does end up ignoring the Hog Rider and going for a Lava Hound, so I just pressure with Mighty Miner at the bridge right away, which forces him to go for his own Mighty Miner. Then I just go for a Furnace in the back to help take out this Lava Hound. He does go for a balloon as well, so I just set up a cannon in the normal position and try to cycle back to another furnace here. He does go for the vines, so he does take my tower unfortunately, but we do have 2 furnaces here, so I just go for a mighty miner here just to help keep the evil furnace alive. He does go for a tombstone there, so I just earthquake it, and then he just does go for a mighty miner, so I go for my E-spirit just to reset his and make sure mine takes his out. And here I go for a hog in the pocket because I know he has evil Valk, so by separating the hog and the furnace he wasn't able to pull both of the evil Valk. Then I just set up with another furnace in the back, and then here I just pressure with the mighty miner and then pop the ability, but he does catch it with his own mighty miner. I do go for a hog rider plus an earthquake trying to catch a tombstone. He doesn't play it though, and E-spirit does change, which gives my hog a lot more hits. And he does go for a lava hound here, so I just set up with a furnace and an evil cannon. And there's the balloon as well, so I just pressure him so he can't go all in. He does go for a fireball as well, so he doesn't really have much elixir to defend my hog. And then I do set up another furnace just to help take out the push, but he does end up getting a lot of damage here. And then at this point he goes for a baby dragon in the back, and then he does go for a mighty miner trying to pop the ability, but I pull it back with the hog rider so it didn't get to the tower, and then I just distract it with skeletons and E-spirit while also pressuring with my hog rider. And then I think at this point he just started spamming me, so I just defended here, make sure I took no damage. I feel like he should have just went for another lava hound instead of spamming, that's how he lost, so I just defended here. And then he does go for another mighty miner, so I just hog to pull it back and then earthquake the tower. I do miss the tombstone, so I bar barrel on it and then just defend this mighty miner with skeletons. We do force out the fireball on the hog rider and we're already back. Yeah, I go for E-spirit that resets the evil back, and I go for an earthquake to slow it down, and we do take the tower and win the game here. So thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed.